कृष्णपादाय कृष्णमते राधा स्वामी कृष्णपादाय कृष्णनिष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे प्रचारण्य निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 Krishna Chaitanya Bhagavan Nityananda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Om Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is a very auspicious day. Who knows what is the auspicious tithi today? Please raise your hand. Yes, Ananya, what is the tithi today?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanat Pranam. It's Bhishmashtami.
Yes, today is Shri Bhishmashtami. It is the day when Shri Bhishma Dev he departed for Vaikuntha. So it's a very auspicious day. There is so much to learn from Shri Bhishma Dev, and therefore today we will speak about the glories of Shri Bhishma Dev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, entitled The Passing Away of Shri Bhishma Dev in the Presence of Lord Shri Krishna. Lalita Gati Vilasa Valguhasa Pranaya Nirikshana Kalpito Rumana Kritamano Kritavatya Unmadandha Prakritimaghan Kilayasya Gopavadvaha. Translation and purport by our beloved, revered founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Translation: Shri Bhishma Dev is speaking these beautiful words to Lord Shri Krishna. Shri Bhishma Dev is saying, let my mind be fixed upon Lord Shri Krishna, whose motions and smiles of love attracted the Vraj Gopis, the damsels of Sri Vrajdham. Krishna's actions and Krishna's smiles, they attracted Vraj Gopi. Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. The Vraj Gopis, the damsels of Shri Vrajdham, imitated the characteristic movements of Lord Shri Krishna after Shri Krishna disappeared from the Ras Leela, from the Ras dance. In separation, they were so absorbed in thoughts of Krishna that they were mitigating their feelings of separation from Krishna by enacting Krishna's pastimes. This is mentioned in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Srila Bhishma Dev is remembering that. At the time of his departure, these were some of the last words that Sri Bhishma Dev spoke. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. By intense ecstasy in loving service, the Vrajgopis, the damsels of Sri Vrajbhumi, attained qualitative oneness with Lord Krishna by dancing with him on an equal level, embracing Krishna in nuptial love, smiling at him in joke, and looking at Sri Krishna with a loving attitude. The relation of Lord Sri Krishna with Arjun is undoubtedly praiseworthy for devotees like Sri Bhishma Dev. But the relationship of the Vraj Gopis with Sri Krishna is still more praiseworthy because of their still more purified loving service. By the grace of Lord Krishna, Arjun was fortunate enough to have Sakhya Ras, fraternal service of Lord Krishna as chariot driver. But the Lord did not award Arjun with equal strength. The gopis, however, practically became one with the Lord by attainment of equal footing with Krishna. Sri Bhishma's aspiration to remember the Vraj gopis is a prayer to have their mercy also at the last stage of his life. The Lord is satisfied more when his pure devotees are glorified. And therefore, Sri Bhishma Dev has not only glorified the acts of Arjun, his immediate object of attraction, but has also remembered the gopis who were endowed with unrivaled opportunities for rendering loving service to Lord Krishna. The Vraj gopis' equality with Sri Krishna should never be misunderstood to be like Sayujya liberation of the impersonalist. The equality is one of perfect ecstasy where the differential conception is completely eradicated. For the interests of the lover and the beloved become identical. It is oneness in love, oneness in purpose, oneness in mission. So these are the beautiful prayers of Sri Bhishma Dev. I would like to spend some time describing the glories of Sri Bhishma Dev. If we receive the blessings of Sri Bhishma Dev, it will be very helpful, very beneficial for our spiritual progress. Sri Bhishma Dev is one of the 12 authorities on bhakti. He is one of the 12 Mahajans. Not only that, Sri Bhishma Dev was a Bal Brahmachari, Vaishtik Brahmachari. Sri Bhishma Dev is Devavrat. He was always firm in his vow. And these are the qualities that we also aspire for. We have also taken vows of initiation, and we want to make sure that we are able to chant our Gayatri Japa 3 times a day. We are able to chant at least 16 good rounds. Every day we are able to follow the four regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. And we are able to serve Sri Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas in the mood of Dasanudas. And we want to be absorbed in Krishna. And Sri Bhishma Dev can bless us to achieve our purpose in life. So with the view of taking shelter of Shri Bhishma Dev, praying to Shri Bhishma Dev, receiving the blessings of Shri Bhishma Dev, and giving pleasure to Shri Krishna by glorifying his dear devotee, Shri Bhishma Dev. We will try to speak few words today. The traditional way of glorifying the pure devotees, our acharyas like Shri Bhishma Dev, is to understand their background, understand their appearance, their origin in this world. And Srila Vyasadeva in Sri Mahabharat describes the story of Sri Bhishma Dev in his previous birth. Sri Bhishma Dev was a very great king on earth. I'm forgetting the name, but in his previous life, Sri Bhishma Dev was a very great king on earth. And he followed Varnashram Dharma very nicely. And by practicing Varnashram Dharma very nicely, Sri Bhishma Dev, in his previous life, when he was the earthly king, he attained Swargalok. He attained heaven. And in heaven, he was once in an assembly of all the devatas in his heavenly body. And at that time, the celestial Ganga, Akash Ganga, in a personified form, she was also there. All the devas, devatas, and devis were there. And by the arrangement of providence, a wind blew. A lot of wind is blowing outside today. Also, there's a winter storm. A wind blew, and that wind, it blew the sari of Ganga Devi. It was an accident, and all the devatas, out of their culture and modesty, they closed their eyes and they looked, they turned their heads away so as to give some privacy to Sri Ganga Devi so she could rearrange her sari nicely. But this king who had attained heaven by practicing the duties of a Kshatriya king on earth very nicely, he had attained the heavens. He kept staring at Ganga Devi. He was attracted by the beautiful features of Ganga Devi. Even as all the devatas looked away, this king who had become a devata, he kept gazing at Gangaji. And for this shameless behavior, Brahmaji became very upset with this devata and chastised him. So you are quite shameless. You should not behave like this, like a lusty man in the heavenly realm. You need to go back as a human being on earth as a result of this offense. And Brahmaji punished that devata to fall back on earth and again become a Kshatriya king on earth. The king was very disappointed. I just practiced so much dharma, followed Varnashram, and with great difficulty, I was able to become a devata. And I have only been a devata for a relatively short time, and now I am punished to fall back on earth again. He was very disappointed. But, dear friends, this is the nature of heaven. This is the nature of this material world. Even in the higher planets, there is no safety and there is no security. We read in Srimad Bhagavatam, kings like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, Bali Maharaj, and his demon followers, they can wreak havoc even in heaven. We see stories of Indra being driven away from heaven, becoming practically homeless, wandering around, until his mother Diti performs ritualistic vows for Indra's restitution and protection. So nothing in this world is stable, not even the heavens. This king, after attaining heaven, was immediately punished to fall back on earth, again as a king, get more training. So he left the assembly quite dejected. At the same time, Gangaji also left the assembly because of what had happened. And Gangaji also looked at this Devata who was staring at her, the new Devata, and Gangaji also was somehow attracted to him. So she returned his glance. Both of them left the assembly of the Devatas, and as Gangaji was leaving the assembly, she met the Ashtha Vasus, the eight Vasus, and they also looked quite depressed, just like this king who was cursed to fall from heaven and again become an earthly king. So Gangaji asked the Ashtavasus, the eight Vasus who are Devatas, why do you look so dejected? And they said, we were just now cursed by Sri Vashishta Muni. What happened? Gangaji asked. The Ashtavasus replied that the leader of all eight of us is Dyau. Dyau is the prominent principal Vasu. And he has a wife, and his wife had been pestering him that I really want the celestial cow that Sri Vashishta Muni has. That's a Kamdhenu cow. She can fulfill all desires, and I really want that cow. This wife of Dyau, who was the main Vasu, was quite insistent. And Dyau told her, no, it is not proper to steal the property of a Brahman. It is one of the most dangerous sins a person can commit to steal the property of a Brahman. But the wife was insisting. She was like a materialistic wife who was pestering the husband to buy a gadget or some nice clothes or some jewelry. You know how sometimes wives pester, I want this, I want this, I want this. She was like that. And Diao became a henpecked husband. And finally, when the wife was unrelenting, Diao gave in. And he said, okay, okay, I will steal the cow of Vashishta Muni. Her name was Nandini. I will steal Nandini. So Diao, the leader of the Vasus, along with the seven other Vasus, secretly went to the ashram of Vashishta Muni and they stole Nandini. They stole the Kamadhenu cow of Vashishta Muni. This cow was very important to Sri Vashishta Muni because they performed Arundhati and Vashishta Muni, they performed many yajnas and pujas with the ghee and milk and other ingredients that this cow supplied. Not just milk and ghee, but the cow could supply anything. She could supply grains, she could supply fruits, she could supply golden plates for the sacrifice. So she was essential for the elaborate yajnas and pujas that Vashishta Muni was performing. So Vashishta Muni was very disturbed when he realized that Nandini had been stolen. So Vashishta Muni simply chanted a mantra, went into meditation, and through his meditation, he figured out that it is the Ashtavasus who came and stole Nandini. So he immediately sipped some water and spoke a curse that the Ashtavasus have behaved very rashly. They have committed the audacious act of stealthily coming and taking away a Brahman's property, taking away Nandini, my Kamadhenu cow. Therefore, I curse that let the Ashtavasus immediately fall on earth as ordinary human beings. They will have to give up their position as Vasus, they will have to give up their position as Devatas and become mere mortals. As the news reached the Ashtavasus that they have to give up their position in heaven and fall on earth as mere mortals, they were mortified. They came running to Vashishta Muni. Santa Hriday, Navanit Samana. The heart of a devotee is soft like butter, Goswamiji writes. So the Ashtavasus, they fell at the lotus feet of Shri Vasishtha Muni and begged forgiveness. They admitted their folly, and Dyavu, the leader of the Vasus, handed back Nandini to Vasishtha Muni. That here is Nandini, your cow. Please forgive us. Vasishtha Muni replied that I have already spoken the curse, and my curse must take effect. It cannot be undone. All eight of you will have to take birth as mere mortals on earth. But they again petitioned Vashishta Muni, please, please do something, do something. We are really sorry. We don't want to give up our position in heaven. We don't want to go to Earth planet. It is such a nasty place. Please don't curse us like this. Vashishta Muni said, all right. 7 of you will take birth on Earth, but it will only be for a few days. Within a couple of days, you will die and you will be brought back to your position as the Vasus. You will attain the heavens again, and your sojourn on earth would be extremely short, just a couple of days. But Dyau, you are the leader. It was your idea. Your 7 brothers simply supported you, but you are the main culprit. Therefore, you will have to stay for a long time on earth. And because you stole my cow, Nandini, at the insistence of your wife, you were so henpecked that your affection for your wife got the better of you. I curse you that you will never be able to enjoy the pleasures of women while you are on earth. You will have to stay brahmachari and you will have no progeny. Go. Hare Krishna. This is Mahabharata. So the Ashtavasus immediately, the curse took hold of them. They lost their position as Vasus, and in due course of time, they had to fall on earth as mere mortals. So these Vasus, they told their sorry tale to Mother Ganga. Remember? They were telling Mother Ganga this. So Mother Ganga felt very sorry for them. Just then, Mother Ganga heard that the Devata, who used to be a king on earth, who had gazed at her and was cursed by Brahmaji, he went back to Lord Brahma and begged forgiveness from Lord Brahma that I'm really sorry, I should not have stared at Gangaji like that. I made a mistake. Please forgive me. Brahmaji said, my curse must take, take hold. It must come true. You have to take birth as a king on earth again. Practice varnashram, practice dharma, practice self-control, and then you will come back to heaven. So the king said, I have only one request. I looked at all the monarchs on earth. There is one king called King Pratipa. He's very pious. So at least give me this concession that I don't take birth as a king in just any dynasty, but I take birth as the son of Maharaj Pratipa. Please at least give me this much concession. And Brahmani said, yes, that is all right. You will be born as Shantanu and you will be the son of Maharaj Pratipa. Gangaji heard this. Vasus are going to take birth on earth. This Devata is going to become Maharaj Shantanu. And Gangaji also felt some attraction for him. So the Vasus requested Gangaji that, oh Gangaji, we are going to take birth on earth, but we are Vasus. We don't want to take birth in the womb of an ordinary woman. Will you please appear on earth so that you can give us birth? We want to appear from your womb, O Ganga Devi. And Gangaji thought of the king who had looked at her with attraction and was going to become Maharaj Shantanu. So Gangaji also said, all right, this is the arrangement of providence because I am feeling some attraction to that king who is going to become Maharaj Shantanu. You are in need of a mother to take your 8 births, all 8 of you. All right, so be it. Get ready. I will be your mother. So that Devata, who was a king who became a Devata now, again has to become a king. He was born on earth as a son of Maharaj Pratip, and his name was Maharaj Shantanu, and he was very, very great king. Because of his Purva Sanchit Punya, he was a very blessed personality. He was a perfect Kshatriya. He ruled his citizens as if they were his children. In fact, he was so pious that he was called Shantanu because anybody who was having some illness, disease, distress, disorder, if Maharaj Shantanu would just place his hand on the head of that citizen would attain complete peace and freedom from all diseases and suffering. So he was called Shantanu. He could give Shanti to anybody. So Maharaj Shantanu was a very great king. And one day he was walking by on the banks of the holy river Ganga, and he all of a sudden met this extremely beautiful celestial looking lady who was wearing the most attractive sari adorned with most beautiful priceless celestial gems and jewels, and who was effulgent like a devi, and every limb of her body was perfectly formed, and he immediately felt very strong attraction toward her. Maharaj Shantanu asked her, "Oh Devi, are you some celestial Devi? Are you a Danavi? Are you a Manavi? Who are you? I am helplessly drawn to you, attracted to you. Please accept me as your protector. You don't seem to have a protector in this lonely place. Please accept me as your husband." And this divine lady, without revealing her identity, told Maharaj Shantanu, "O powerful king, O virtuous Kshatriya, I accept your proposal. I will certainly become your wife. However, I have one condition." Maharaj Shantanu said, "O Devi, I will fulfill any condition you have. Please say it, and it shall be so." The celestial lady told Maharaj Shantanu, "I will marry you, but you should never question my activities. Never speak harshly to me. If you ever question my activities, my actions, or you speak to me harshly, that very moment I will leave you." Maharaj Shantanu said, "Of course, I will never question her activities. In fact, a heavenly lady like you, a godly person like you, can never do anything wrong. You're full of virtue. And why would I ever speak harshly to you? I would never do that. I would never speak harshly to you. I promise you." That very day, that very day, Maharaj Shantanu got married to this Devi. Haribol. There was such attraction that they did not even look at the astrological chart or some auspicious day for the wedding. That very day, he brought her to the kingdom, Hastinapur, and married her. The citizens were delighted to have a queen. They loved Maharaj Shantanu, and they were only too happy that now she has a, that he has a beautiful queen. Now we have king and we have queen. Now our kingdom is successful. Our kingdom is in safe hands. Maharaj Shantanu was so attracted to this Devi that he would not leave her side. But the administration of the kingdom went on because he had made nice arrangements. Day and night, Maharaj Shantanu lived, cohabited with this Devi. They were always together in the palace. And exactly 1 year after their marriage, this Devi gave birth to a beautiful son. For 2 days, there were festivities in the kingdom that a prince has been born to Maharaj Shantanu and our queen. On the second day, as the festivities were still going on, Maharaj Shantanu's wife picked up the newborn son and started walking towards Ganga river. And in the deep, swiftly flowing current of Ganga, Shantanu Maharaja's wife suddenly threw this newborn child right into the middle of the current of Ganga, and in front of everyone, this newborn baby drowned and died. Hare Krishna. And very nonchalantly, the queen walked back to the palace. Remembering his promise to her, Maharaj Shantanu said nothing. Hare Krishna. Another year passed. She gave birth to second son, also a very beautiful prince. Again, there were festivities, and Maharaj Shantanu's wife seemed quite attached to the child, and Maharaj Shantanu thought, now nothing will happen. But sure enough, on the second day, even as the festivities in the kingdom were going on, she picked up the child and started walking towards Ganga. Maharaj Shantanu told everybody, shh, don't say anything, don't say anything. We cannot question her. We cannot, otherwise she will leave me. The Devi walked to the Ganga and right into the deep currents of Ganga threw that child. The child drowned in front of everyone. Maharaj Shantanu, still remembering his promise, did not say anything. Year after year, for 7 years, this kept on happening. Every year she would give birth to one son from Maharaj Shantanu, and after a couple of days, she would throw the child into Ganga and kill the child. After the 8th year, Gangaji, this Devi, she gave birth to the 8th child. Remember, these are the Ashtavasus. The 8th child was born, and Shantanu Maharaj had reached the end of his tolerance and patience. He desperately wanted a child so that he could give the kingdom succession. And Maharaj Shantanu was so attached to this 8th child. He was the prettiest child of all the 8 children. He was effulgent, he was so attractive. And Maharaj Shantanu just doted on his 8th son and was just praying and hoping that his wife would not kill this child. But sure enough, on the second day, Maharaj Shantanu's wife picked up the 8th child, newborn child, and started walking towards Ganga. She reached the bank of Ganga and was about to cast the child into the deep currents of Ganga when Shantanu Maharaj lost his patience, lost his tolerance, and started screaming at his wife in front of everyone. O killer of children! O one with the most wicked heart, stop! How can you kill your own sons? How can you be so heartless? Gangaji stopped. She turned around, looked at her husband, and told Maharaj Shantanu, you want this son here? Take him. I will not kill. But because you have broken your promise to me, you questioned my activities, and you spoke to me harshly, I will leave you this very moment. You will never see me again. Oh, Maharaj Shantanu was heartbroken. He said, I'm sorry, please forgive me. He fell on the ground, wailing in impending separation from his beloved wife. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. What could I do? Please empathize with me. How can a father see all 8 sons killed like this? Please have some mercy on me. Then Gangaji said, let me tell you a secret. You were a great king who performed many activities according to the strict principles of Dharma, and you attained heaven. And I am Ganga, and you are attracted to me in the heavens. And by the curse of Brahmaji, you had to take birth as Maharaj Shantanu, and I was destined to be your wife because there was mutual attraction. For 8 years, we have lived together, but now we must part because I don't belong to the earth planet. I am the celestial Ganga. I must return to the celestial realm. But please know that these sons of yours are the Ashtavasus, and just like you, they were also cursed. And I came just to deliver them. They had a curse. They did not want to be staying on Earth planet, and they had requested me that please make our stay extremely short. Therefore, on their second day of after birth itself, I was killing them as a favor to them so that they could return to the much better abode of heaven where they actually belong. 7 of them I delivered, but true to the curse of the great Rishi Vashishta, this eighth son will have to stay here and have a long life. And he will undergo great sufferings for his offense to Vashishta. But at the same time, he will be a great devotee. He will be a great devotee because as a Devata, as the Vasu, Dyavu, he is a very great devotee of Krishna. In fact, he will be such a great devotee that this child will be a blessing to mankind. And for all time to come, he will be celebrated as a Mahajan. He will teach Dharma through his words and through his activities. He will be a powerful Kshatriya and he will never be defeated in battle. You can have him. Maharaj Shantanu said, how can I train him to become so glorious? Why don't you take him with you to the celestial realm and get him training in the celestial weapons and all the Vidya that is existing in the heavenly realm? And then, when he is a grown man, when he is fully trained, you bring him back to me. I think a child needs the mother more than the father, and only you can train him. So Gangaji said, so be it. She took the child back from the arms of Maharaj Shantanu and disappeared into the Ganga. Hari Bol. Maharaj Shantanu, very steadfast, very determined, very patient for the next 2 decades. He kept on ruling Hastinapur as a very pure hearted king. He bestowed his citizens with all the love, care, and affection that is due and ruled like a perfect Kshatriya. And then, after many years, once he was again walking on the banks of Ganga, thinking intensely about his wife, Sri Ganga Devi, and their son, and he noticed that the powerful flow of Ganga was reduced to a small trickle. He could not believe. Gangaji never dries up. What is this? Let me walk upstream, upriver, and figure out what the problem is. So Maharaj Shantanu started walking along the bank of Ganga. He walked up the river, and there he saw that one young prince who was wearing white silk dhoti, white silk uttariya. He was wearing a celestial armor. He had an inexhaustible quiver of arrows and a very huge bow, a bow that was much taller than him. He was himself very tall and powerful, but he had an extraordinarily huge bow. And with that bow, he was just practicing. And with his arrows, he had dammed the Ganga river, and all the water was accumulating. And down river, it was all but a trickle. Maharaj Shantanu said, "O great prince, O valorous one, who are you? Who is your mother? Who is your father? And which kingdom do you belong to? I have never seen such a display of archery that you can make a waterproof barricade with arrows. Where did you learn this?" And Bhishma Dev immediately disappeared. Haribol. He immediately disappeared from there. And Shantanu Maharaj understood that this must be my son because Gangaji had said after certain years she will return him to me. So he closed his eyes and started praying to Gangaji, "O Ganga Devi, please return me our son." And immediately from the river, Gangaji appeared holding the hand of that same prince who had blocked the flow of Ganga and handed over the son to Maharaj Shantanu and said, "This is our son, our eighth child. His name is Devavrat. And now he will always stay with you. You can have him. He has been trained in all the Vidya by that great Rishi who had cursed him. His guru is Sri Vashishta Muni himself." See, this is the nature of the great Vedic personalities. There is no malice, there is no envy, there is no hatred. Vashishta Muni cursed, and now Vashishta Muni trained and blessed him. Bhishma Dev was trained by Vashishta Muni. even though he's Dyav Vasu, who had stolen Nandini from Vashishta Muni. Gangaji said, the great Rishi Vashishta Muni himself has trained Devavrat. Not only that, the guru of the demons, Shukracharya, he also trained. Brihaspati trained Bhishmadev. And after receiving all the knowledge from them, Dhanurvidya, the art of warfare, Devavrat has learned directly from Bhagwan Parshuram. And every skill that Bhagwan Parshuram has, who wreaks fear and havoc in the hearts of all Kshatriyas, Bhagwan Parshuram has taught everything to our son, Devavrat. In fact, he is as good as Bhagwan Parshuram. All the combined Devatas and Danavas cannot defeat him. And Devavrat will never ever be defeated in battle. It is not possible. Here is your son. Saying this, Gangaji disappeared. And Maharaj Shantanu, he was so delighted to be reunited with his son. Devavrat offered obeisances at the feet of Maharaj Shantanu, circumambulated his father, and said, Father, from today I am at your service. You just tell me what is to be done, and I will do it. Maharaj Shantanu held the hand of his son and walked with him into Hastinapur. And all the citizens were so happy to receive Prince Devavrat. In their hearts, they always thought that one day he will become our king. No one is more qualified than him. But none of them knew about the curse that Devavrat had. That because of being a henpecked husband as Dyav, he was cursed not to be by Vashishta Muni, not to be able to enjoy any womanly pleasure in this life. He would have no contact with women. He will never be able to enjoy carnal pleasures, and he will never be able to beget any children. Haribol. Sometimes, sometimes Bhishma Dev is criticized for not obeying Bhagwan Parshuram when he told that you should marry Amba. He said, no, you should marry Amba. No, either marry or fight with me. I will fight. He told his guru. Sometimes Bhishma Dev is criticized for this act. But actually, if you understand the backstory, that it was already the desire of Vashishta Muni that he not marry. His guru had told him not to marry. His guru before Parshuram is Vashishta Muni. And Vashishta Muni had told him never to marry. Therefore, Bhishma Dev never got married. And one may say that, oh, his father got attracted to Satyavati, and therefore Shantanu Maharaj got attracted to Satyavati, and therefore Bhishma Dev had to make that pratigya. All that is true. But you see how things happen in this world for a reason. If we understand the backstory, then we get the complete picture. It was not a random event that Bhishma Dev said, I will never marry. Oh, but you may not marry, but you may adopt some child and their child will become the next. No, I will never have any progeny. And I will never sit on the throne, but I will always support the throne, whoever is sitting on the throne. So one may see that, oh, these are just random events. Bhishma Dev Bichara, also unfortunate. But if you understand the background, then we get a comprehensive understanding how the invisible hand of destiny controls all of us. Hare Krishna. So Mahabharata is very, very beautiful. I actually wanted to discuss the disappearance of Bhishma Dev, but it is getting late. It's already 8 o'clock. Maybe if I get time, if I don't have too many admissions, then tonight I will just. No, but we have Bhakti Shastri today, 8 o'clock. If possible, 7 to 8, I will try. I will put a message in the group if I come back early today. But because this weekend we did not have too many patients because of the bad weather, I'm expecting that today we will be swamped with patients because many patients could not make it to the ER. So today we might have a very high patient census. But if I finish on time, I will try to serve 7 to 8. And then 8 o'clock we have Bhakti Shastri. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Please read the prayers of Bhishma Dev. They are This is very beautiful. And let's pray to Bhishma Dev that we are also able to practice brahmacharya. We are able to practice like Deva Vrat, Drida Vrat. We are able to follow the vows that we have promised our spiritual master, and we are able to always walk on the path of dharma. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti adokshaje. And as Bhishma Dev did at the time of his departure, remembering Shri Vrindavan Dham, remembering the love of the Vraj Gopis, remembering the Rasa Leela, remembering the sweetness of the smiles of Shri Krishna, may we also spend our life in meditation on Vraj Leela, on the love of the Vraj Gopis, Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu, and we may also attain our most cherished abode, Mamastu Vrindavana Eva Vasa. Shri Bhishma Dev ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Yes, Kesha Madhav Prabhu.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for being such an amazing playwright. This description was too good, Prabhuji. I am extremely grateful to you. I
Hare
couldn't
Krishna.
miss a single word of it, Prabhuji. It was so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just a quick change because of the weather. I postponed my ticket to Thursday. I'll
Okay.
take it offline. So we
Okay.
are
Okay.
going to Thursday to Cincinnati. Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. सबको मिले श्री
Yes.
वृंदावन।
Thank you,
Radhe
Prabhuji.
Shyam.
So